morning. How are you? I hope you're doing super duper well. So today I want to do just like a super informal, super chill video just to kind of recap my second trimester because I'm now in my third trimester and I realized I was like, wait, hold on. Time is going by really fast and I haven't done a second trimester recap. And at the end of the day, I wanted to do the pregnancy updates for my own record, really. If anyone can benefit from it, even better. But I want to be able to remember these things. So I thought I'd just like get on here and just very quickly just kind of recap everything that went down in my second trimester. Because like I said, time is literally flying by. So I'm officially out of the second trimester. I'm now in my third. But I think I would say the second trimester was very interesting. So in case you didn't know, first trimester, which I will leave the video for that right here because that one, the first trimester was hard. It was really hard. Like in its own way, in that I had tons of nausea, morning sickness, like, the migraines. It was absolutely terrible. So I did a whole video on that and like things that were helping me in that moment, but like nothing was like 100%. It was just like, it would work. A lot of the times it would work, but it was still kind of rough. Anyways, second trimester. So the migraines went away. Thank hallelujah. I was so incredibly happy that finally I had a break. Now, it could have been a couple things. So I went through a lot less stress in the second trimester. Maybe that was part of it, because I talked a lot about how stress can definitely affect your migraines and contribute to migraines. So I want to say probably the stress might have reduced the headaches. But I think overall, I think it is a known thing that during the second trimester, you can, the headaches kind of start wearing off. I don't know, but at least that was the case for me. So the migraines and headaches diminished greatly. Like, I actually don't remember the last time I had a full-on migraine. That's crazy. And my appetite is back, so I can eat normally again, which has been pretty dang awesome. So there's definitely some pros, and then, so overall, like those original first trimester symptoms, for the most part, are gone. So I'm not throwing up every 2 seconds, so I can keep my food down. I don't wake up super sick, so I don't have to be like, I literally felt like I was tiptoeing around every day to not trigger any bad symptom. So in that sense, that has all gotten so much better. So there's no more of that. So thank goodness. So as far as that kind of stuff, I feel way better. Now, cons. Some new things have developed. So pelvic pain. OMG. So I think I kind of started feeling a little bit of it maybe the first trimester, but it was hard to say with all the other pains I was feeling. Like, I don't even know, right? But guys, it is so painful. So towards the end of the second trimester and still now to the third, and it still keeps getting worse, but at the very end of the second trimester, like, it's so hard to put pants on. I couldn't even put pants on because if I balanced on one leg, it just straight up felt like, I can't even describe the pain. I guess just like a sharp pain. And I thought my pelvic bone was like breaking in half. Like, so I wore a lot of dresses, lots and lots of dresses. And the less amount of time that I had to be struggling putting on pants, the better. So dresses, lived in them. So yeah, that pain was bad. Even like going up the steps and walking for a long distance towards the end of the second trimester, because it's still happening now in the third, walking like a long distance, it just would start hurting. And I think it's that like balancing back and forth. There's so many movements in your day that you don't realize that you use all of those muscles or that bone is involved. I don't know really where that pain is coming from. So I will say I did buy like a support belt, like a pregnancy support belt. I don't think it worked that much. It did help a little bit, right? Like a little tiny bit. When I first put it on, I felt a little bit of relief. But because it doesn't feel like, it's not like just like my lower abs. It like literally feels like my pelvic bone. It wasn't 100%, like it didn't get rid of the pain 100% or even a large percent. But it gave, I guess, some relief. But it is a little bit uncomfortable because where I was feeling the pain, you have to wear those belts very, very low. So when you're sitting down and stuff, it was kind of uncomfortable. And you also don't want to rely on it. So I would only wear it towards the end of the day where the pain was like really, really bad, just from carrying all that weight all day. So I would put it on at the end of the day for a little bit. So yeah, so the pelvic pain probably was like, I would say probably the biggest thing, just because they just gradually got worse. Obviously, the baby's getting bigger, so that was kind of my big ouchie. The other thing is, oh my gosh, I was out of breath. Like just going up the steps, I was like, ugh. And I was definitely out of breath, totally out of breath. I still kind of feel that now, but I think because it first hit me in the second trimester, I really noticed it. I was totally out of breath. So totally out of breath. But I mean, I guess that's not a painful thing. It's just kind of an annoying thing. So let's see, what else? Sleeping got a little bit harder, but also because of the whole like groin pelvic pain thing, because trying to turn in the middle of the night, yeah, no. So I have this thing, I called it candy cane. I don't know why I called it candy cane like in my first pregnancy, and I still call them candy cane. It's a body pillow, like a pregnancy body pillow. And what's funny is that my son now will call it candy cane too. I guess it kind of looks like a candy cane, except it has a hook at the bottom too. But I'll show you a picture if I can find one. But those body pillows are amazing, because if I don't sleep with something between like my knees, yeah, it's not good. So I need a pillow, but instead of having like 4 pillows like all around me, I just use the candy cane body pillow to just kind of get a little bit more comfortable. So that helps a little bit more. Talking about like kind of sleep stuff, sleep got a little bit harder. Like I said, mostly because of the pain, but also just, I don't know if it was just like in my head and I would just like start thinking a lot about stuff. I don't know. It was just like, it was just harder to fall asleep. So since I know that it's only going to get harder to sleep as the third trimester progresses, I think I'm going to develop like a little nice night routine. Give it a shot and see if it works, and if it does, I'm going to share it with you guys. But just to kind of put myself into more of a sleep mode, I hope that would help a little bit more. Yeah, so I would say probably just like the biggest most annoying pain in the second trimester was that pelvic pain. Some other things, so during my first pregnancy, I got cholestasis. So cholestasis, in a nutshell kind of thing, and like not super well explained, and just like kind of how I understand it, it's just either your gallbladder or your liver aren't receiving or releasing bile correctly, so there's kind of a blockage there, and if that gets bad enough, eventually the bile could go into your bloodstream, which is obviously really bad because, you know, baby would get that. So in order for them to kind of monitor that it doesn't get too bad, you get blood work often just to check your bile acids, and just make sure that they're not very high, because at some point when it gets too high, then yeah, you're kind of like pushing that point where the bile could enter the bloodstream. So they would induce you beforehand. So with my first one, I had to get induced because those levels were getting pretty high, and we were already pretty much almost full term. So they're like, yeah, we're just going to induce you. So this time, if you got it in the first pregnancy, there's a good chance you could get it again in your second pregnancy. And pretty early on, like early second trimester, I started feeling that like itching in my, like, on my body, on my hands. And for me, it's like kind of like where your gallbladder is, like that kind of area, that gets kind of itchy. So and I started feeling that, I started getting a little nervous, just because I was like, this is so early, you know, like I don't think this is good that we're at this point already. So the first bioacid test that I did at that point, early on in the second trimester, it was fine. We're still good. Like, levels weren't high, like too high or anything like that. I actually just did another bioacid test today, which I won't know the results for a couple days. But yeah, as the second trimester progressed, I did start feeling the itchiness a little bit more frequently, and obviously that's like something to be a little bit worried about. But yeah, so that's just something that we're going to keep monitoring, and just make sure that the bioacid levels don't get too high. But yeah, as far as getting diagnosed with cholestasis, I did not get diagnosed with cholestasis in the second trimester yet, so that's good. But yeah, and then there was a lot of prepping for a drive-by baby shower, which I will share pictures of in my next video. And it was a surprise from my husband along with my sister. They planned like a super, super freaking adorable drive-by shower. But yeah, so there was some planning on that, which I will share in the next video. And we are 100% set on the name. At first, I was going back and forth with a middle name, but we decided, we know for a fact that I will also share it in the next pregnancy update video, and my husband will be joining me for that one, so that'll be fun. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited now. I feel because a lot of other things are a little bit more settled down, that now I can focus on her. I can focus on our little girl. So I'm gonna get the nursery all set up. Right now I'm actually in her nursery. This is the rocking chair. So I'm gonna just get the nursery done. I also want to share how I'm gonna be decorating the nursery, because it was a mess in here. Like, it's still kind of a mess, to be honest. But I want to show you guys how I went from like the room that like literally just gathered anything that I didn't know where to put yet. Like, it was such a mess in here, and converting it into my beautiful little girl's room. So I have that coming up, the name reveal. I'll share some pictures from the baby shower. A lot of cool things. So second trimester, a lot new pains developed, but I think I was a little bit less stressed. Now going to the third, I feel a little bit more stress. Like a little bit of the stress is back, but different stress, and it's maybe more of nerves, you know, because I know she's coming soon. I actually was reading on the bump today that this week is like the week where I should start kind of looking into my hospital bag. I was like, what, already? So yep, so I'll share that too. So there's a lot of cool things coming up. Like I said, this video I just wanted to be really kind of quick and just kind of chit chat, just for my own reference for second trimester symptoms that I experienced with this pregnancy, but kind of give anyone a little like heads up or a preview of what's to come, at least for me. Like I said, every single pregnancy I am 100% sure every single pregnancy is different. There's going to be new challenges in each one. But yeah, so that's my quick recap of what the second trimester was for me. And I have a lot of other exciting videos coming up. So definitely stick around, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.